Oh, I'm just kind of here for, oh, yeah, she's the one. Well, yeah.
I'm gonna give that.
Yeah, but it's not like.
Give me 10 seconds. There's a microphone that you can.
Yeah. I've been in school before and I gave that. Oh, Mark. We rise to the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Good morning, everyone. We're going to start our meeting. We have the minutes of the Board of Selectmen public hearing held on March 18th. A motion for that? Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. I'm gonna hold off and I'll have some once we do all of them. Then I have minutes of the Board of Selectmen's public hearing held on April 1st, 2026. Could I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes of the Board of Selectmen non-public meeting held on April 1st, 2026.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And then minutes of the Board of Selectmen non-public meeting held on April 15th, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Please sign.
You're all set.
Thank you. We're going to start with new business. I'm going to ask our fire chief. We have new hires.
Yes. Little update with us. We've found in a new assistant chief. He comes retired out of Billerica, Mass. Apparently I've been saying it wrong. It's Bellerica, but yeah. But he has a home 6 minutes away from here. He's already brought his everything up here, living here. Super excited to join the department. He's also a paramedic. And he's jumped in both feet already. So his name is Matt Familori. And Josh Eustace, I don't know if you recall him. He was a lieutenant here years ago. He had transferred down to Derry. He's now coming back. So that'll be a great pickup for us. He also lives in town. And Travis Ackerstrom. So that puts us up to full staff minus the two new spots.
So Travis is coming on as a full-time
Yep.
firefighter. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Any questions or,
No?
I assume
Good.
they've been, do you swear in the assistant chief?
Yes, that'll all be taking place tomorrow around 3. We'll be doing a little swearing in ceremony. It's kind of a big one. So we have, the 2 probies we already have, plus 1 coming off probation, and then the assistant chief. So that'll be cake and ice cream if anyone wants to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they, see,
Yeah,
awesome.
just,
We'll see you there.
yeah.
So we're back up except for the 2,
Yes.
grant positions.
Yeah, and we have potentials for them. We're just still going through the vetting process and everything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome,
Yeah.
great, thank you. Building and grounds supervisor package.
That's been-
Oh,
One more.
I'm sorry, we need to, I'm
There's
sorry.
also one more new hire.
Oh, there's it? Oh, I'm sorry, we got,
We gotta get.
I'm trying to move along here. All right, we need a motion to accept.
It's all one motion.
Okay.
Brian can update you on his new hire.
Brian,
Hey, listen, I've
I'm
got
trying
plenty
to
of,
move it along here, and
Exactly.
I'm getting knocked down.
well, and I'm half of this meeting, so we will move it along.
All right, you guys.
So we settled on a assistant public works director. His name is Noel Gorley. He comes with 15 years of municipal experience, mostly supervisory. And then prior to that, he's got almost 20 years in the private sector doing utility work, like water and
Has he
sewer.
started yet?
He's gonna start on the 26th of May. He had to give
his notice.
he had to give a 30-day notice because of his position, so.
Okay.
But we'll get through it till then, and we're excited to have him start and see what we can do. The
Yeah,
Full team.
yeah, energetic guys. Everybody, energetic guys, really positive. Glad to,
Yeah, a few of you guys sat in on the
right,
final interview.
yeah. Really, we're fortunate. Okay, who wants to make a motion?
I'll make a motion
Actually, better name to me.
to approve the hiring of Assistant Fire Chief Matt Morley, firefighter Josh Houston, firefighter Travis Eckerstrom, and Assistant DPW Director Noel Gorley.
Okay, do I have a second for that?
A second.
Right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Hearing none. Congratulations, guys. Good job. Now can we move on to the B? B, get going. Now let's see. Building and grounds supervisor, Patrick Golden, retirement in June. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready? You're not backing down, you're not changing?
Well, I've already been asked to come back part-time, and I said, let me get retired.
Yeah, so in your packet, you have Patrick's not resignation, well, retirement letter, not resignation, he's not resigning, he left June 26th of 2026. And we have already had discussions about his replacement, and that will be Kyle. Kyle has been with us for 5-6 years.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, just Patrick's right hand man and learning the ropes all these years, and we feel that Kyle will be a great fit to take over from Patrick, and then we will be looking to fill Kyle's position probably in June as well.
And I'm sure that Kyle will have Patrick's number on speed dial. Awesome. Congratulations.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to volunteer.
Yes.
We just do voluntold here.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to both of you. And, now we'll find someone to assist Kyle. And I believe that ad's already gone out. Has it gone out?
So
yet?
we do
Not
have an
quite.
ad out for the part-time summer laborer.
Okay.
Ad has gone out and I've gotten 2 applicants for that. And then with just some discussions, I think we'll probably put the ad out in mid-May for Kyle's position to just be we didn't financially plan for it.
Right.
So I just
So we
gotta
gotta
send
kind
the
of hold off
finance
a
to
little
see
bit.
if we have enough funds to have the overlap of, we want to bring someone in while
Mhm.
Patrick is still here, or do we want to wait until he's
Well, it's somebody that's, you know, by the time you go through the interview process, and if someone that's already working gives a proper 2-week
Pretty close
notice,
anyways.
you're gonna,
Yeah.
gonna be right there.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Yes,
I'd just like to say that, the town hasn't, he's done a beautiful job. All the grounds look great. Any dealings I've had with him, not too long ago, I was concerned about the existing town hall and the shoreline upstairs. He jumped out on it and, made sure everything was all safe, put some jacks downstairs. Anytime I had dealings with him, never a complaint, and he's sorely gonna be missed.
oh, you will be, but Kyle's been well trained.
I will.
Kyle will do a great job too. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, now on to the fun stuff. Town hall boiler replacement. This is when our capital fund that didn't pass is going to hurt us, obvious.
At the end of each heating season, folks, what we do is we call in, we don't wait until fall. As soon as the heating season's done, we call in the service people. The update on the mill, we did have some problems during the winter. That was all electronics. Those parts have been replaced. A few years ago, we replaced the firebox and everything, so we should be good at the mill. When we got, last year, we were giving a heads up that there potentially could be a problem with the town hall. It went through the season. This year, when they came back, we got 2 evaluations. The firebox and the firebox door, what they call tender, meaning they could crack at any time because the system is 31 years old. All right.
Okay, how old's that?
Yeah. And we tried to go the route like we did the mill as far as finding replacement firebox. They do no longer make it for that particular furnace. So at that point, I put it out to bid, went to Rouse, Eckhart and Johnson, and Heritage. I also put it out to Jeff Chadwick's, which did all the system at PD. He did not come, unfortunately, because he does good work, but I reached out to him multiple times and he never showed and always had a reason. So I went with the 3 that did show. They all came in good. Right now, Eckhart and Rouse is actually the cheapest. They came in at $15,299. They were actually $1,000 more, but they have a special going on right now that they're advertising in the Sun that they will give to the town $1,000 off if we sign the contract and book before June 1st. So their prices would be $15,299. Eckhart and Johnson was just $131 more at $15,430, and Heritage was $2,643 more at $17,942. Now, all 3 of these companies have done business with the town. All 3 of them have, as far as I would rate them, are very good vendors. Heritage is the one that put in our generator here. Eckhart and Johnson's is the one that's been servicing us really well. And Rouse, anytime we have DPW has problems or I have problems, we call them. They're there 24/7. So don't have any problem as far as with them showing up. We just we need someone that's going to be reliable. Why I recommend Rouse is because the other 2 are only offering a 1-year warranty on the furnace with a 20-year warranty on the firebox. Rouse is offering a 2-year warranty on the furnace with a 20-year limited firebox. And they've also elected, we went back to them, that they would forego the deposit. They would, as long as we sign the contract, we wouldn't have to give them a deposit check. We would just have to pay for the complete installation when it's done. Financially, I know it's nickel or dime, so. There's not much difference between Rouse and Eckhart and Johnson. You're talking $131.
Yeah,
I just noticed that some of the boilers are different. Are you comfortable with the boiler?
Sorry, I'm
I
sorry.
just noticed the boilers that they're offering are different. Are you comfortable with one Rouse is offering? for
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, Rouse is offering a McLean,
Yeah.
McLean. The other two are offering a different brand. Now, what we're doing is I call it a snap in, snap out. What they do is they're just gonna replace the furnace. I'm not touching the zones or anything like that. We are changing the circulator pump. For that runs all the time. With the plan of the town hall moving to this building and then reusing that building, I didn't want to go into any of the zone things.
right, because we don't know how it's gonna be
We
laid.
don't have it, but I wanted the system to be big enough to handle any renovations that we possibly do over there.
Sure. And obviously, if the system is 31 years old, by replacing it, I mean, it's tired, you gotta replace it, it probably will be more efficient.
Right. It's 86%, I believe it's 86 or 87% efficient.
Yeah.
Ross is saying a 1 day turnaround as far as putting it in, I'm figuring 2 to 3, the way things would go. Eckhart Johnson was saying 3 to 4, so.
Yeah. And they will just go in that back door down those stairs?
Yeah, they're going, yeah, we've mapped it all out for them. They videotaped everything. So they would just park everything out back. We cone it off. They take the old one out and, put the new one in. There are some parts off that, electronic parts that will actually work on the mill. I'll make sure that we scavenge those, so.
There we go.
Always saving it for us.
All right, awesome. I mean,
Unbelievable.
I'm not a first person, so.
I'll go with the recommendation for Rebels.
I'd second it.
All right, all in favor?
You can make it the fancy formal wording on the paper if you want. I wrote it down, but I didn't say it. 15,299. Yeah.
So
Capital reserves.
we'll go with Ralph, or
Yeah.
at least should be your call as far as deposit.
Okay.
John,
Thank you, board.
Thank
We'll
you.
get you that stuff.
We're good. Yeah,
I checked it out.
good. Sunray Shores staging area request and approval.
Good morning, I'm Norm Duval, I'm unfortunately the president of Sunray Shores Water District. For those of you who don't know, we've been working on a plan for at least 4 years now to replace our aging water system. As we speak today, right at the well site, the main line is leaking. Tomorrow we have a crane coming over to lift an excavator over the sewer interceptor line to repair that. This is where we are. We don't have a lot of area to stage for the project. We've used our parking lot for the beach area, which is upsetting some people, but it is what it is. Across the water, we're asking if we can use town property that is at June Circle, Nancy, and Linda as a staging area. There you go. We've got a picture.
It's the triangle.
The triangle, exactly. And, you know, we did ask all of the people across the street. One person was opposed only because they're selling their house. I don't know how they would sell the house if they didn't have water. All right, so this is important, and I'm asking if the town will allow us to use town property. I will give you my personal assurance that we will take pictures. The contractor will be responsible to get it back to its existing condition. And if you could approve that, I would be grateful.
And I guess my only question that just kind of popped in my mind is that we're allowing you to use that property, but we're not taking on any of the liability when it comes to if someone's got their stuff on there, we're not liable. for it.
Absolutely.
That's just my only, I know that, but just want to make sure that that's expressed.
Well, the nice part is, so 50% of the community lives there, 50% doesn't, but the 50% that are there, they're looking out the windows
Right.
all the time, okay? We have a security system in place.
Yeah, no issue with it, but as long as we get the.
I'll
property
just
back the way it
restore
was, yeah,
That's a lease.
and having the 10 letters is great to have, so we don't have to guess, are these people okay with it?
We get 10 out of 11
Yeah.
people reception.
That's-
Yeah, and obviously understand what you're going through, Ben, they've done that, so it's, yeah, it's not easy.
It
All right.
has not been.
Do you mind just reading the motion as is?
Yes, a motion to allow the necessary staging on town-owned property in the vicinity of June Circle and Nancy Drive for the water line construction project for Sunrise Shore Water District, with the conditions that the land be restored to its current grassy condition upon completion of the project by the contractor. But I have a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Hearing none? Move forward.
Thank you very much. I
Good luck.
appreciate it.
Good
Good
luck.
luck with it.
Thank you.
Sale of town-owned property. We have a dump body off decommissioned grant truck. Is that, that's Brian.
Right, us. Yeah,
Good to be back.
you'll see me a few times.
Okay.
So we've been doing our part to try to clean up the yard. We've got rid of a bunch of junk metal and you'll see some checks coming from that. And we were able to sell the dump body off of truck 6, the grant truck that we decommissioned. So we sold it for a total of $1,500, which is, I had hoped for more. We always hope for more, but there's a piece of metal that's just gonna rot away there. So better than nothing.
Mhm.
The guys have asked me, they've been after me for a couple of years now to purchase a snow pusher, which I've provided some pictures.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not something that we've been in a position to budget for over the last couple of years with you know, the default and everything. So it matches up perfectly. We got $1,500 for a piece of snow removal equipment. This is another piece of snow removal equipment that they've been asking for that will help plow all the downtown area. We can clip it to the Bobcat, leave it at the PD. It'll take a lot less space.
And leave
And
And with the
I'll tell you what the code is. And it'll just help speed up downtown cleanup and in the big parking lots and whatnot.
You said this would be easier too for the PD, because it's.
This will be easier for the PD.
Yeah.
A little safer because there's nothing hanging off the back. Right now, we use the backhoe and the,
Yeah, the backhoe,
yeah,
yeah.
it gets in the way. So it's something they've been asking for and we haven't been able to budget for. There's a
So
local,
basically what you're asking for, where typically the $1,500 would go in the general fund. What we're saying is the $1,500 would go into the, public works fund to be able to purchase
So
it.
we earmark it.
Earmark it for that. Yeah,
Yep, absolutely.
I don't have a problem with that.
I'll make a motion to accept.
All right,
I'll read it.
go.
Motion to accept funds in the amount of $1,500 as the winning bid from the sale of the DPW dump body that was decommissioned for the Grant State Clean Fleets Act or grant.
And,
Follow up, and
no,
follow up motion.
You could do three.
Oh,
You could do both. You could do both.
all
The
right,
same transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Motion to allow the proceeds in the amount of $1,500 from the sale of the DPW dump body to be earmarked for the purchase of a push box for the highway department in the amount of $1,500.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, thank you. Our next, order of business is cemetery trustee appointment. Barbara Burnett and Joyce Kegel. And I just want to point out, Barbara, that I believe this is the first selectmen's meeting you've ever been attended. And how long have you lived in town?
All my life.
There, so, thank you. We appreciate you coming. All right, and, now,
So just a quick note on this,
Barbara is going to be a full-time, our voting member, trustee. And Joyce is gonna be the
Oh, I
alternate,
see, Barbara's moved.
filling Barbara's seat.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that, okay.
I see
get
that
it.
now.
I see a little in
Yeah, that
quotes.
makes sense.
All right, so I need a
Just,
motion.
just a quick statement,
Yeah,
actually more of a question for Alicia. Is it normal for our committees to recommend them, like the conservation does? Cause I didn't see it on here, I just think I like to have that on them, just so we know that they went through like cemetery stuff and all that.
Oh, you mean further
Yeah,
recommendation?
you see the recommendation on the conservation ones, I've never noticed it till just now, cause we have two separate committees at the same time.
The top of that, the trustees.
Oh, right on top.
Cemetery does say at the top.
Cause these
Trustee
come to,
approved.
Ah.
these came to me first, I brought them before the group.
Chicken scratch for Sharon.
Ain't nothing there.
Look at Sharon's chicken scratch on the top, I can barely see anything.
Middle of the form,
Ah.
says that
They
they
approved
approved the appointment on such and
I like
such
it
day.
Right here.
Look easier.
he's never.
Never mind, thank you.
He's never happy. Make the motion, Travis.
Make a motion to approve Barbara Benoit as cemetery trustee with term expiring March 31st, 2029.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that part. You have to fill. I emailed from Colleen last week and you have to fill the whole 3-year term.
And as part of the motion, maybe just to say that position is to fill the remainder of KB Eaton's term because she is unable to
There you
serve.
go.
She was elected and unable to serve, so that's
Right, that
why
voice.
this appointment. I will say
Who would like to second that motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then the next motion, Travis.
Motion to appoint Joyce Eagley.
Eagle.
As
Eagle.
as an alternative cemetery trustee with term expiring March 31st, 2027.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just keep cranking these, ready?
Yep.
We good?
Um,
I'll just keep going on the list, there's 4 more.
we have Conservation Commission appointments. Molly O'Connell, Cora,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Tiffany up, okay, Jane Jordan, and Pauline Tessier. So, go.
Make motion to appoint Molly O'Connell as Conservation Commission student member with a term expiring August 31st, 2027.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Make motion to appoint Cora E as Conservation Commission student member with a term expiring August 31st, 2029.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to reappoint Jane Jordan and Pauline Tesser to Conservation Commission with a term expiring March 31st, 2029.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
I combined the last two.
You did. Great job there.
Next item, town clerk / town clerk scholarship award to attend, must be New England Municipal Clerk Institute Academy.
Yes, this is Jen's second scholarship she has gotten. It's a 2-year academy that she attends. So I'll give an update on the professional development of our town clerk tax collector, Jennifer. She has been a certified New Hampshire town clerk tax collector since 2019. And since coming back, is continuing to stay up to date with everything required for the role, so she can serve the community as effectively as possible. Jen is also currently working towards her certified municipal clerk, which is a nationally recognized certification that helps build on the skills and knowledge needed in municipal government. It is the next level in professional development for the position of town clerk, which is a very complex position. As part of that process, she has been very fortunate to receive another scholarship to attend the New England Municipal Clerks Institute for her 2nd year. She wants me to let you know that she is very grateful for that opportunity and is looking forward to bringing back what she learns to better serve our residents. She is very sorry that she isn't here today to give you these updates in person, but she and her team are at the Regional Spring Clerks Workshop today. Both Sam and Devin are continuing their professional development by attending their 2nd year of the 4-year certification process of the New Hampshire Town Clerk Tax Collectors Associations, and also both applied for a scholarship for their 2nd time as well. And that's that update.
Municipal Clerks Week, May 3rd through the 9th.
Do have a letter from the Clerks Association, I believe it is. So this is the 57th Annual Professional Municipal Clerks Week. And they encouraged all their clerks to do a kind of like a spirit week to celebrate the week and do fun things. So this week, if you've been into town hall at all, Monday, we did Pastel Day. Yesterday to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, we did a spicy day. Thursday is Hawaiian Shirt Day, and Friday is Belmont Pride Day. So just a little fun to add to the office to celebrate the municipal clerks and liven up town hall.
Very good.
And obviously they did Belmont High School Career Day update. That was awesome.
Yes, so in your packet, I don't know if you would like me to read it off
Yeah, go
or, so, again, I'm just gonna say this on behalf of Jen, as she's not here today. Town Clerk's Office was proud to participate in the career fair hosted by the Belmont High School on April 23rd. The event provided a valuable opportunity to connect with students, share insight into the role of local government, and highlight the important services our office provides to the community. We enjoyed engaging with students, answering their questions, and encouraging interest in public service careers. As part of our presentation, we hosted a mock election where students had the opportunity to vote on Belmont's 2026 Old Home Day theme. We were thrilled to see a total turnout of 189 voters. The results were as follows. So they had 4 options that they could vote on, and they set up a booth, and they all could go into the booth and vote. So the options were Stars, Stripes, and Summer Nights. That one received 81 votes. Backyards, Bandstands, and the American Dream received 41 votes. Red, White, and Belmont received 38 votes. And Stars, Stripes, and Hometown Pride received 17 votes. Along with 2 blank ballots and 10 write-in votes. The participation from the students made this activity a great success, and we had an awesome time introducing the kids to the voting process. A special thanks to 2 of our election vendors and EB to Duck for all their swag they donated to the kids to enjoy. So it looks like the Stars, Stripes, and Summer Nights is our
Theme for Old Home Day.
Thank
Yes.
you to the Belmont High School kids.
Awesome. That was a great idea. That was a good idea. That's, because
I didn't see it because I was observing, but even if hearing about it is the best. To get into the public eye is what we need to do, and we're doing, that's good stuff.
So Jen's took some clips, or pictures of the day, and then her son made a video of it. So I don't have the video, she hasn't sent it to me, but maybe at my next meeting I can send you the video. But it's really cool how they, show the process of them voting and all that stuff. So it's good to get them in. The girls absolutely love to go to the school and, introduce what we do.
yeah, well, and their voting results is being used. It's not like it was
Yeah.
just done and not used. Yes,
I was just gonna say too, Rod actually attended the student that day as well and had presented land use and conservation. He was kind of last minute, so unfortunately his booth didn't have all the swag.
yeah.
But he also enjoyed interacting with the students.
Good.
And then police and fire were there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So hopefully we took some of your light away, because you guys are really fun guys, so the girls are excited
So we
to highlight what they do.
did one at the high school and the kids actually came to the booths and they got to interact with some of the newer officers. Kind of get to know what we do on a day-to-day basis, the requirements for being a police officer. And then at the middle school, we attended one as well, where they actually sent all the kids to our officers. So they had a PowerPoint presentation, same thing there. So we did it in both schools.
Good.
And then Danielle, do you have a table too? Yeah.
And you, the fire too?
Yes, we were able to show them our EMS equipment and the car cutting tools, stuff like that.
Sure. Hey, all that stuff just replants, you play games. Yeah, it's okay, but that's all, it's getting out there and being involved and, yeah, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, part-time B&G summer labor openings.
Yeah, just to give you guys a copy of the ad we had out, if anyone's still looking.
B&G, building.
Building and grounds, yeah, the part-time summer labor position, so we're still looking for that. go through a couple of the applications that I received. Anyone have any ideas or thoughts? Anyone fill that position?
Usually I think in the past it's been like a college kid or something is a lot of times what happens, what we've had in the past, yes. All right. 2026 Old Home Day theme waivers and road closures.
You should have your normal letters that are in front of you for all the road closures for Old Home Day. We've got the theme picked, so I was just waiting for that to be able to send the letter out. Now that that is all decided, we are there. It's the same as every other year. It's the waiving the fees for the town so that the Old Home Day Committee can accept the payments for the vendors. And then the road closures for the road race and the parade.
Okay. Any questions? Anybody's got?
No weird concerns from the police department this year or fire department?
No, the police department love our new starting time, and I am planning to, on July 1st, have a meeting with all of the, because we do have a lot of department heads changing and stuff. That way we have everybody on the same page meeting on July 1st. So after this meeting, or after the selectmen's meeting that day. We are also having our Good Citizens Award Scholarship. Last year, we did not get any of the nominees to return their paperwork. This year, out of the 11 nominee letters, which was actually 9 nominees because 2 got 2 nominations. 3 of them have handed in their stuff to run for the scholarship. So we are holding our award night on May 21st at 6:30. If anybody wants to come join us, I'm still looking for judges, so sign up. And aside from that, everything, we're having our monthly meetings. Now that we have the theme and we have everything going, it should go smoother. We are planning on decorating the town kind of red, white, and blue for the summer for the 250th anniversary. So that will help play into the Old Home Day theme and make it so there's not as much to set up that actual day. So
Is your committee working well now?
I've had one person show up for one meeting so far. She's an amazing person.
So well, and I'm like, oh, it's committee.
Yeah, no. No,
Talk to yourselves.
it's me, yes, me. That's no. There's people that will email their ideas, and a lot of people don't understand that ideas are great, but if there's only one person executing them, those ideas can't all come to life. But I do have Amber Lamine came to our last meeting, and she's awesome with the Belmont Baseball Association. So I have a feeling I'll be able to take Tim in after baseball season's done, and we'll still have a pretty good show out. The fireworks are all technically won't be contracted till the middle of May, because I told them to give me till the middle of May to find out the final dollar amount, but Atlas is back, so the fire department should be happy. My guess is they're gonna move them to the lower field again, because that's where Atlas prefers to put them off. But they have negotiated from the 9,500 they originally gave us down to the 7,500 we had budgeted, so 7,500 plus any miscellaneous funds between now.
All right. Motion.
I'll make 2 motions.
Go.
That's great. These 2 go together. Motion to waive the town of Belmont itinerant vendor fees for the vendors participating in Old Home Day. And a motion to grant permission to close the following streets for Old Home Day event on August 8th, 2026. Main Street between Depot Street and School Street, and Mill Street between Main Street and Center Street.
Second. We have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Other new business, highway safety grant amendment. Amendment?
You got the,
What it says.
oh, sorry, yes.
So we're looking to, add to.
That was quick. Okay.
So we've used up most of the funding that we have for speed enforcement, DUI enforcement, and distracted driver enforcement. So we asked to get more funding for that, and they have approved that. So the state's willing to give us an additional $3,000 for speed enforcement, $2,100 for DUI enforcement, and $2,000 for distracted driving enforcement.
So that comes from the state?
Yep.
Okay. And so you requested that through a grant?
Yep.
So you need us to approve the grant?
So you do have that amendment. It's kind of a wonky one. It's from the state, so that's how they wanted you to kind of draft it. Kind of midway through your motion, it says, now the select board accepts the majority vote second term, so. you kind of want to reiterate through that motion there, we can.
It's
kind of-
very specific language that they need.
So you want someone to read this whole
Select
thing?
board in a
Yeah.
majority vote had previously accepted the terms of the highway safety grant agreement as presented in the amount of $10,700. And has also previously accepted in a majority vote the first amended grant terms in the amount of $12,309.75. For additional patrol enforcement and speed equipment as presented in the first grant agreement amendment notice for an adjusted total grant limitation of $23,009.75. And now, select board accepts in a majority vote the second amended grant term in the amount of $7,100 for the second additional patrol enforcement as presented in the second grant agreement amendment notice for an adjusted total limitation of $30,109.75.
I'll second that. We all understand, do I have I need that
Aye.
vote.
I knew you were trying to say it.
I
I'm
can't,
still catching my breath.
And I have the grant,
really,
and I have the, and can you just add, authorizing, Selectman Mooney
So sad.
to sign any required documents? I have the, you just sign that.
next item is Earl Sweeney Memorial Consideration at PD.
This request was brought to me by Mr. Pike.
There was a couple phone calls from people that knew Earl and what he did a lot for the town over the years. And one of them was our former chief here. And he called me, Mr. McCarty. And thought we ought to name the police station after Earl Sweeney. I don't think that's a bad idea, but I think a better one would be that the chiefs that Earl was not so much consummate involved in that, but he was involved. Mark was involved, Patty was involved, and the people that have served there have been involved, so I think it deserves a statement, but I don't know that we need to rename the police station Earl Sweeney. On the other hand, people thought I was going picnicking. The Sweeney family, because Earl wanted no hours, no calling hours, no nothing. And there are a couple benches that gentleman in the yellow shirt put out, got me a booklet, because his family would like to have a bench put out by the library in memorial of Sweeney. So Patrick went ahead, I'll get this to Mary Sweeney and show her, what she wants to do, and they're gonna pay for that. They're not looking for something that they just want. They thought he might like that. He liked that area. So.
So will this have a plaque on it or something?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
But I do think during the years of these people, Mark, all the policemen that have served, maybe at some point we should have a plaque on the wall, if we don't have one already, going back to Bucky Leaf, and Earl Sweeney, and you. And Mr. McCarty, and anybody else who served, and the terms that they served, maybe on the wall of that building at some point. I don't mean to spend huge money, but in recognition.
Awesome.
Good, can I say something?
Sure.
I got some of the same phone calls on that, and my thinking was if we were gonna name the Earl Sweeney Police Station, that the fire station should be named Albert Ackerstrom, because with his effort, what Tyke did was by building the new station, it vacated the existing station so the police department could move into there. So in the process of, they're both passed. So if you're going to take that in consideration of naming the police station, I think the fire stations should also, for all the work that Tyke did, that station wouldn't be there. He put his heart and soul into getting that building built. So that's my feeling. I think you're right.
I think all three are a great idea. Earl specifically because it's not just his contribution to the Belmont Police Department, but his contribution statewide to law enforcement. And I agree with Ron about the fire station for Tyke. I also do like the plaque idea honoring all of our previous chiefs all the way back to Bucky Lee. My only thing with that is that the general public has so little access to the PD. I don't know where we would put something like that to make it so the public can see it.
Well, yeah, that's a little access to both departments. They only have a lobby in both of them. The
Well, it's something. to
fire department
consider.
lobby is getting a little full.
We could make a spot in our lobby for it, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's something to keep in mind and move forward with, or however. Yes, Patrick.
As I was telling Selectman on, the recommendation for the bench, if we do, if that does
Yeah.
come, would be to put it on, not on the front lawn, but put it on the side of the library that faces the bandstand, because every time we have a concert, or there's never enough seats.
Mhm.
And that would get used there, and it would be a nice addition to that side.
Awesome. All right, well, we'll wait for,
We'll wait.
Yeah. All right.
Should agree. She'll get the book tomorrow.
all right, okay. Road pavement update.
Me again, yeah.
Here we go.
Not much of a date, as much as, some considerations, I guess.
Game plan.
Yeah, so we weren't quite ready to do this, but I'm hearing that the cost of asphalt and all those types of products are starting to climb through the roof. I have reached out and got some pricing from our previous contractor in the past. And I think that it's time to start making some commitments so we can get locked in on pricing. That way, the only thing that's moving is the AC, which that changes monthly, I guess. We have some projects that we have escrow accounts for. The Tioga Ridge development is the new development off of Brown Hill Road. And part of that project, they were supposed to do a shim and overlay after they did the base and let it sit for a year. It was a completely undeveloped property, so the developer was in a rush to start selling house lots. So instead of having them do the shim and overlay after the base sat for a year, we took the money and put it in an escrow account so we could pay that at our discretion. That was 2 years ago. Most of the development is done up there. I think there's only one vacant lot. Everything else is built. I think it's time because the prices are climbing. I mean, it's 2024 pricing that we got the escrow funding for. And
So obviously there's probably not enough in the escrow to cover it, so that it will come out of the highway block grant money.
yes, yeah. And it's really close. The vendor is trying to honor his price. The only thing that's adjustable is the AC, the liquid content in the mix, because he quoted it. I mean, as long as we're gonna stick with him for a contractor, he'll honor his prices that he quoted us as close as he can anyways. What we want to do is we want to continue paving Brimstone and Wild Acres, not leave that transition in the middle. We're gonna mill it right at the Brown Hill joint and pave the whole thing. There's a few spots that are shimming. There's very little prep on the older town of Belmont roads. The new roads are good to go. Everything in it's plastic, and the contractor did a good job for that. So I'd like to get moving on that one with your approval, just to get that buttoned up. Some other things to consider. I'm still working through the 10-year plan. We had an engineered study done in, I think, 2018. And so there's 2 more years left on that. And Craig did a really good job kind of chipping away at that, going between what the engineer said needed to be completely reconstructed and what he chose to do. And I understand why he did everything. There's one road on there that keeps catching my eye. Horn Road is a road that in 2010, I believe, we invested a significant amount of money. Got some notes actually. Thought I had some notes. Yes, $650,000 in 2010 is what that project cost to reconstruct that. It's been 15 years. It's time to protect that investment and do a shim overlay on that. It's kind of taken a beating with the frost. So that's one thing that I'm considering. I don't know if you guys would like me to push forward with that, or if you have other ideas, but that's where I'm leaning. And then the Westview Drive project, when we do the water line, that's obviously gonna have to go on the paper.
Oh, that's right, because we ended up that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's where we're at. We've got a couple other little things that we'll tack on to the contract, the Leslie Roberts Drive thing, which we'll talk about in a few other spaces down the line. That is a town project, so they'll get town pricing on the hot top mix that goes down there using our contractors, so. It's just some considerations, and I mean, if you guys tell me to move forward with it now, I will. If you want further into it, we can do that.
Fuel jumped 10 cents yesterday, so it's gonna keep going up.
It's gonna keep going. You're
We're
right.
gonna keep going up.
Yeah, I think if you can lock in, I mean, I'm not.
Go ahead.
I think.
Your department has your discretion better than ours.
Yeah,
Especially if the other one was honoring the 24 price,
Yeah.
with just a
Yeah.
minimal amount of, surcharge for the extra.
Yeah,
You can't not pull the trigger.
I think we have to. I mean, we have to stick with him for the quoted price. I mean, we might as well do it with everything.
Right. Yeah. I'm good with it.
Thoughts form, that might be a good idea.
Okay, yeah, that would cost double or triple now to have that done.
awesome.
Oh, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. New Hampshire DRA DP-8 forms available at town hall.
Yeah.
So,
Sure, I was. Yeah, there.
So the low and moderate income tax relief forms from the state of New Hampshire, which allow people to get a refund on the state education portion of our tax rate. Those forms are only available for May and June each year. We print them out as a courtesy for people. They can pick them out, or they can go online and print them online and fill them out. There's instructions and a phone number. If people need help filling them out, they can contact the state for assistance.
okay.
They're available.
New Hampshire Humane Society Community Day, May 30th.
Yes, the town has participated in this program a few times over the last couple of years. They are bringing, their next, community day is May 30th. So if you would like the town of Belmont to participate in that again, just need your okay to send Brian's crew has always gone up and, grabbed a pallet or two.
Oh, all right,
Three or
I'm
four.
thinking, okay, got it.
This is the free food from
Yeah,
Chewy that
from
we
Chewy.
get, that we
Got it.
give out to the community,
Yeah.
to those who need it.
So the only thing that I'll say, I think it's a great program and I like it. I think we should do it. However, I think we should be a little more selective if possible, not to get so much medicated food and different food. that-
We're not, the pallets
We're not
are,
gonna give out to.
yeah,
Just won't take that type of food.
unfortunately, all the pallets are wrapped and they literally take a fork truck and say, here you go. And they
You
load
have
them
no
on.
choice.
The first year we did it was.
Yeah,
Granola. That
sometimes
was
you do,
great.
sometimes you don't.
That was very useful food to pretty much everyone.
It depends on who goes. You can be a little more selective if
Need, I kind of thing.
Fortunately, I wasn't able to go last year, but usually I'm following told.
And now usually you go up for the 1 ton, right?
Yes.
And they put 1 pallet on.
They'll give us as much as we can
Okay.
carry in one load usually.
Don't you have a nice flatbed trailer?
Right now, they say they have 28 pallets of pet food and supplies ready to go and donate to the municipalities. Usually they say, you show up between 10 and 12, you get in line, they load you up and you leave.
Pretty painless.
I think you and Brian should communicate with that. I think that would be a good, it'll be a trip.
Can you get a trailer in and out of it?
It's
That's
challenging.
tight.
Yeah.
With that amount of traffic.
We get quite a bit on the 1 ton. I mean, it all depends, depending on who goes and how much effort you want to put into it.
Yeah.
I mean, the 2 years ago, we were stacking stuff on the sides because
Yeah.
we got some decent people that were donating. We put 2 pallets on and filled the gaps.
Also a Saturday, so the crew that does volunteer their
Yeah.
time to do this.
Mark's gonna help you.
All right, so you guys okay with us participating and sending that?
Mark's gonna volunteer. Oh, it's probably a long weekend.
This one.
Yeah, it's the next.
That's right, yeah.
Every weekend's a lot.
All this weekend's along, so, awesome, yes. Okay,
Well,
our favorite thing, under, Noah, is there any other new business?
Nope.
Okay, we'll move on to old business, and the first thing is well 4 updates, the famous well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Sit right here.
Focus.
Gonna need a comfortable seat.
This is you.
All right, so well 4, it started on April 6th, the project, I think. It was supposed to be 2 weeks. Had some notes here. Yep, supposed to be 2 weeks, finishing on April 16th. It is still not finished. We had some supply chain issues and some manufacturing issues, and we're waiting on the pickup tube that the actual well pump hangs from. I was told that it was supposed to be on a truck yesterday, and I'm waiting for confirmation because I want to know that it made the truck. But it was supposed to be on a truck yesterday, and our new fire update is the 15th of May. So it's close. So we're limping along on the old wells, you know, and hoping for some good luck as we go. But everything is lined up when that thing shows up. The electricians, the SCADA guys, everybody is here and ready to go. And I've even heard from some of them that they'll show up on a Saturday or Sunday because it's so long. So we'll see what happens.
Now, once that is all connected, is there still a testing period even after that?
So they have to obviously treat the well.
Right.
And then flush it all to waste. We
Right,
have to receive some negative bacteria samples before
oh,
we
that's
can
what I thought.
have it enter into the system.
Okay.
We'll start a whole new bacteria sampling schedule because of the new well, because DES is gonna want to monitor that closer.
Right.
But the water quality that we got out of it when we did the testing last summer was phenomenal, just like the original well, and it has like triple the volume. So
Yeah.
we're in good shape there as long as everything stays
Yeah.
true
I
to the
think that
test.
kind of takes a couple weeks, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
but that was a couple weeks, many years ago. I don't know this.
We can turn around a bacteria sample in 24 hours now.
Right.
If I can get it to Laconia by like 9 or 10 o'clock, they can have it next day by end of day. So
Okay,
there's like permitting's all done. Everything's done. We have an engineer that's monitoring it from Underwood, and he's pushing every day. So they're doing their part.
it's the way of the world, everything,
We're
but water's huge.
manufacturer's discretion, I guess.
Supply chains have been tough.
We're getting there though. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes,
How many wells do we have now?
well, this is well number 4. So, but how about we're decommissioning a well?
We decommissioned well 1, the original one. Nope, the one in the brick house as well too. That's currently not being used. It may be used moving forward. We have to clean it and redevelop it and then have it retested and everything. And that's something that we're looking into once we get past
Well,
the
4,
project.
huh?
So how many gallons a minute?
The new one, I
Oh, boy, it was
was to say it's like 300 or
it was
2.
wicked high.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I remember,
Well,
yeah, no, 2, that used to put out about 250, then we had to have it cleaned all the time because it was a gravel packed well. And
Yeah,
it's the rust and.
Pulling too much iron and stuff into it.
Right.
Donnie can probably speak on that more. I mean, he was here back then.
here.
Well, 3 was a great well when it was first established, but the iron and manganese content is
It's,
through the roof,
we're,
so.
we're really excited to be able to clean that once we bring well 4 online, because we haven't been able to do that for the last few years.
Sure.
Just because of the
Problem is that cleaning it is great, but sometimes once those veins have been established through whatever, you don't ever get back to the original, nice quality, so to speak, unfortunately.
It'll never go back to the way it
No.
was when it was first drilled, but
No.
it certainly will be better.
Well, it's a good, it's backup.
So is this a gravel back well or is it
Yes, yep,
same as the rest of the asphalt?
same as the rest, yep.
Man, it's on the same aquifer as the original well one.
Yep.
And that had great water quality, was just because of the basket that was. put
Yeah,
in
the screen down
back
below or
in the
whatever, yeah.
day.
Yeah.
It was restricted for flow, we couldn't, it wasn't sufficient.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Interesting. All right,
great stuff.
all right. Westview Drive, yeah. So
So,
what have you decided?
well, I mean, we are waiting. We have some financial commitments with well four, and that's gonna kind of
Determine which way.
determine which way we go. We think that we know where we're gonna be at financially with well four. So we're gonna start moving forward once we get a couple of final things tied down. We're gonna
So are
start.
we gonna replace in kind, or are we going to go for broke and do a,
So I got two quotes. To replace in kind is like 90 to 100,000.
yeah?
That doesn't put a hydrant up there. It didn't. It's not a proper blow off, so we would need to do a proper blow off up there, which will increase it a little bit. And that gets them what they've had.
Right along.
Looking at what's there for development, there's two properties at the end of Westview that are existing, and then the property at the end, the one at the end of the circle, has two more lots behind it. So there is room for development up there, but not a ton. The big thing is if they ever develop that hotel property and loop it like they should,
But if that happens, they're going to have to pay for proper,
they're gonna have to install a line from Route 3 up.
right,
What we would like to do for water quality purposes is tie it in, have it
Right.
loop like it should. I can put that on a developer to do the tie-in. I can't put it on a developer to run a loop to an
Mhm.
existing water line. So
Mhm.
what I would like to do is have a 6-inch ductile line there, which is something I haven't had quoted before. The 2-inch was 90-ish.
so 100,000.
Yeah, we call it
basically.
100 by the time you.
By the time you
pick
do
up
the
your-
blow off, yeah.
Yeah, and the 8-inch ductile iron with 2 hydrants was 180 installed. We're gonna make some modifications. It's only 800 feet, so we can drop a hydrant off, save 10 grand there. There's a hydrant at the bottom of Westview, a hydrant at the top of Westview that gives some fire safety stuff and acts as a blow off, which we would need anyways. We drop it to a 6-inch that will support a fire line. If there's ever a fire, there could be some reduced pressure, but I think the neighbors would understand on that one line that supplies water to 8 houses if there was a fire truck hooked onto it, saving their neighbor's house.
Mhm.
So we've got tons of 6-inch lines throughout town that support fire service.
But
And the cost
the
would-
hydrant at the bottom of the hill is connected to a 6 or 8.
That's connected to, so there's an 8-inch that comes across and then it drops to 6. So, I mean, it's a great happy medium that gives you
Everybody.
something cost effective. It gives it something to tie into. Once that's looped and tied into, now you've technically got 2 water sources to your hydrant.
So you're gonna put one of the hydrants at the top of the hill, so you have a blow off.
Yep. So that's what we're leaning towards. That's what it looks like. As soon as we get confirmation from our engineer that the costs are in check and it's what we anticipated, we'll make the decision. We'll get some stuff ordered and get some stuff scheduled.
And I guess for anyone that says, well, why are we doing this? It's because, our Public Works Department this winter spent quite a bit of time on Westview Drive because there have been more than one leaks. There were
So
continual leaks.
There's actually an active leak up there right now.
There's an active leak,
Yeah.
so we're
Yeah,
leaking
it
water.
reared
right
its head a
now.
couple weeks ago. We're just gonna let it leak. Everybody has water. When they don't have water, Jesse finished gathering up the last of the temp line stuff that we need. We've tested the hydrant. We can go in next Saturday if they lose water pressure, shut the valve off.
Okay, so we have a temporary line, we have temporary,
We're ready to set it
to
up.
set it up. Okay. And that's kind of why we've been kind of backed into a corner with all of this, because whoever developed it, which is,
Yeah.
who knows, long before any of us, they put in a marginal water line up that hill. that, you know,
It literally has fragile stamped on it.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
You
and
guys-
so now
you
we,
guys,
in our town, we've gotta provide them with water.
So the main on Route 3, that's 12 inch, right?
going up Route 3, yes,
Yes.
yeah, and then,
Because I think that's what we moved up on.
mhm.
That was the big controversy with Laconia. The deal that we made with Laconia, they were supposed to supply all the water that would flow through a 12 inch main.
Mhm.
And then when they upped the pressure by putting the new water tower up on a hill, you got more pressure. So what they did is they made us put in two backflow preventers,
Mhm.
2 8 inch backflow, which cut down the volume. So when we had the big fire on Route 3, couldn't get enough water through.
Yeah.
So they had to run temporary lines from Lake Winnisquam up the other way.
That was a big one, though. I don't know if anybody could provide enough water for that.
Well,
Through,
it was like 4 degrees.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the ice on Route 3 for that one. Oof. I'm glad it.
And the tower on Plummer Hill,
That was the deal that Mark made.
of course, and that was through the Coney Water Works. And the most water they put in that thing is 18 inches because they can't keep it, because they wanted a dark blue water tank, and it's just, yeah, they don't have those
What
stores.
that allowed Laconia to do was take the water tank that was on Fairview Street,
Mhm,
and they moved that up to South now.
mhm.
And now they're gonna have the big development up
Yeah.
at the north end of town, where the state school is. There's 2 water tanks up there.
And that in-ground pump station that's on 107 pumps up to that water tower on Plummer Hill,
Right.
and then it gravity feeds.
Right,
south
that gives
end
them
of
the
the
pressure.
Yeah, by 18 inches, and it flows summer, they pump.
Well, that's how everything got developed on the south end.
Yeah.
Council and all of that.
Yeah, remember those
This is-
days, remember those days. Okay, Naughty Way,
All right, well,
yeah,
so I think most of you guys remember, but there is a new face here, so I'll throw you in, and for those in TV land. There is a private developer that came to us a little over a year ago and started to ask us to pave Leslie Roberts Drive because of their development, which the town responded with, we're having trouble keeping up with paving our paved roads, and we're not in the business of redoing gravel roads. They then responded with, well, can we do it? And we've been through some back and forth. They've been to the board, and we've decided that, yes, they could do it. It'll be a town project funded by them or reimbursed from them, is that correct? So we kicked off some test pits. Last Thursday, actually, the test pits happened, and it's not as bad as you would think. It's all bank run gravel there, but the quality of the gravel isn't quite right. There's some big giant nuggets. We did 6 test pits. Paul Busby was there, because he's the one that's gonna do the project. And he stayed for all of the test pits. I had one of our foremen stay through all the test pits. We've got samples, we've got photos, all that stuff. And Paul is currently working on getting us a price, something cost effective for the developers. You know, that is the same kind of route that we would go if it was our project. He's gonna put some pricing together, and then we'll bring it back to them and see if they want to continue to move forward with it. It's looking like parts of it are gonna need to be boxed out completely, and then parts of it may or may not be okay. I'm still waiting for the end results. But he had kicked around some ideas about just scarifying it and picking the big bones out and then bringing in new fresh gravel, and he was gonna look at options. You know, that's a lot more labor intensive. Just trying to come up with something cost effective for all parties involved.
so when you're saying the gravel is not the best, does that mean it has a lot of,
Huge nuggets in it.
huge nuggets, but does it have a lot of, I'm trying to think, not loam, but,
Like organics. Yeah, no, it's pretty sandy,
Pretty
gravelly
good
stuff.
stuff.
So,
it's just got nuggets.
yeah, we'll see what he comes back with. And then ultimately it's, if the contractor agrees to it and you guys want to continue to move forward with it, we'll do it. He has requested to build it to a spec that's a little heavier than our normal ones. so that we don't post it, which I agree with. Why fight with them if they want to build it?
Oh, that's right, you have to put it built out, so they,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, so like our normal roads that we post to 6 ton seasonally, we won't post this. If he wants to build it and add some extra sort of base layers to protect that,
Sure,
do a little thicker hot top, we're okay with it. We have the same thing over Waring.
yeah, we did that.
You know, pull up there, 30 and 6 tons.
Yeah, all of, we did them a courtesy because of the contract with them and didn't post it this year, and it allowed
Oh,
them
there's
to
some
move forward
development,
with the
that's right.
developing. And it is kind of a pain. I mean, you can't get a refrigerator delivery without a waiver.
If you're gonna get furniture, like, you're gonna go off.
Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if they want to do it that way and they want to spend the money, go for it.
The only question I had is, anyone talk to the state about the railroad tracks, if they do anything special about there?
I've been fighting with them for a while now. Getting the permits are proving to be a bit of a hassle. They wanted $3,000 just to submit a permit, and I responded with, this is for you as much as us, protecting your tracks. Are you sure you want to go that route? Because we don't have to pave to the tracks. And they got back to me like a half an hour later and said, we'll waive the fees. So it's just the process. It's because the state of New Hampshire owns the tracks, but they've leased the tracks to a company called Patriot Rail, and there's a lot of moving parts. But we'll get through it, or we'll stay 10 feet away from them, or whatever they say. I don't want to hold this up for the developer if there's too much red tape dealing with the tracks, but dealing with the tracks is in the best interest of the town and the railroad, so we would think they'd want to work with us.
Awesome. All right.
Um,
Granite State Clean Fleets Grant Truck number 2 update.
Yeah, we get to pick it up tomorrow.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been ready for a week, but apparently they want to check before they sign the title over to us. So
Imagine that.
I missed the check signing by like 4 hours. It's pretty standard at this point. I mean, we'll go pick it up. We'll do our thing with it. We'll document everything. We'll strip all the plow gear off of it. We'll take it to the radio guy. He'll install the radio because that's part of the grant this time. Once that's done, we'll schedule the decommissioning. So Brian, in turn, when he gets back from vacation next week, he'll get the new grant truck ready, and then he'll start stripping the old grant truck. Once we decommission that, we'll come to you guys and talk about auctioning that off just to recoup some funds. But
And we're only on the hook for 30% of this one.
30% of this one, yeah. I don't have the totals, but I think this one is 280 something thousand total, and we're only on the hook for 30% of that. So
signs for display. I see those.
yeah.
I have pictures.
Color pictures.
So you guys have been on us for some.
Oh, of course. I think this is, yeah.
We had no budget a year ago, and then they see a new truck at Old Home Day. How you doing that? They didn't give me
So
any
it's
money.
gonna be like,
So do
Yeah,
you
got it.
remember the signs we had for the voting day? We had big, huge vinyl signs made that said,
I never saw them, but.
So they were huge, what are they, 6 by?
These are what, 3 by 8?
Okay, so each one will go on each of the trucks, because each had a different funding. So we're trying to find wording that said, funding provided or fully funded to them.
Oh, so these aren't like magnetic things.
No.
It's
a big banner.
The parade.
They're gonna strap.
So it'd be attached to the side of the dump body or the fire truck, so when either they're parked somewhere or,
Yeah.
the parade and National
For
Night
each
Out or anything these trucks do, you guys had asked to.
See,
put signs on them.
I figured it would be cool if they were magnetic, then they're on there and they're gonna stay on there.
But
yes.
they're too small. You can't, we wanted something, yeah, we wanted something big enough to get it there, so.
Right. Yeah, the more advertising we can get, the better.
And at least it is very 100% true. It was 80% funded and 70% funded and 60% funded, so. We were trying to work with creative language instead of saying funded or partially or,
So it's one of those, still fire truck?
yes, one of these will be certified.
While we were ordering them, we got some money off, so.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think we shared that with Donnie yet, if he's still here, but. He'll find out when it
You'll
comes.
find out when
Yeah.
we go.
Oh, exactly.
Surprise. There you go. Okay, now WRBP Route 140 towards Maine response letter from DES.
Yeah, after,
This is actually.
yeah, really.
Well, it's okay, but you're.
Stay there, can't see you.
Don't go too far.
Um,
Was there
Everybody
more?
else.
So we just had, after our last other meeting, we had sent, for the advisement of Underwood, some questions to the state. And, they have responded back, so I attached, their response from Rennie. DES along with a map and their projected cost for the project. As well as their, I haven't heard anything back on the Northern Borders grant that they applied for in the amount of $2 million. So I believe that's still in the stages of being approved or denied. Just an update there.
Yeah.
There we go, so I guess we kind of wait to see if we get that additional funding and then, when they're gonna start phase one.
I mean, obviously. Still don't do it, but that's
No.
okay.
Yeah, so they now officially just shoving it down our throat
Well-
for this point.
But they're trying to get funding.
Well, they are trying to
Trying
get
to
some
get
funding.
They're trying to get funding, but they're gonna stop the project, no matter
Yes, and at least have
Right.
agreed to do the phased, I don't think we have come to an agreement as far as how long that
Well,
phase is.
yeah, I don't see that yet.
No.
Yeah.
They're thinking 3 to 4, where we're thinking more 5 to 10, if not 10 to 15. So I think that's, for the discussions, once we get, the bid documents, the preparation and, all the engineering done. And what route they decide on, because at our last meeting, there was kind of many options that were kind of thrown out on the table of consideration and so.
Yeah.
It wasn't be long, so they just shoved it down our throat. They were getting pretty frustrated with the meeting.
I guess, yeah, they were, but I think the other thing is that they haven't designed it yet.
No.
They haven't even designed it yet. That could take,
16 months.
Yeah,
what do you mean? Probably take
I
a
think it's
couple
6
of years.
Well, it's a state.
If we wait it out a little bit, Rainy Pelletier is gonna be 105 years old right now. He's older than the.
I know, but he's still right there. Because if I remember correctly, it took over 5 years for them to do the, 106.
Yeah, of course, up to the trail back.
No, the, where your old business was there, yeah,
I
it
was
took
waiting for her to go.
5 or 6 years.
Road, beside McGreevy's Body Shop, through the field out back to the trailer park on Bishop Road. It was, that
Crazy.
trailer park, all it had for septic system was 275 metal well tanks to the ground.
Yep.
And they started getting a little holy, and I don't mean with religion.
Yeah, the grass is so green.
this is their intent is to move forward over the next couple of years to complete the first phase. We have not yet committed to a time frame for additional phases.
Maybe we get your commissioner right on.
Yeah, maybe we'll have new legislators and senators too, that will do something constructive. Okay, sorry,
For that one.
I don't care, is what it is. Any other old business?
Yes, so just one more that I'll present for the clerk's office. The clerk's office hosted its first ever dog licensing, rabies and microchip clinic in partnership with the Humane Society. This was an incredible success and honestly just a really fun day for our community. Feedback from attendees was overwhelmingly positive. Residents expressed appreciation for the convenience of an on-site licensing and accessibility of a Saturday event from the town's strong advertising efforts. It was a great opportunity to connect with residents and their fur babies. This event would not have been possible without the generous support of Chief Pickowitz and the fire department, who provided the venue and assisted with setup, including tables, chairs, and other logistical needs. Overall, the clinic was a successful first-time initiative and helped strengthen community engagement. We look forward to building on this success and hopes to make this clinic an annual event. They sent 2 pictures of some.
Do we know how many,
there.
do we know how many there were?
Let me get back to him now.
Oh, yeah, I just, I'm glad, this is nice. All right, do we have any other, old business?
No other old business. There was some, I don't know if you want to do public comment and then number 5 and 6, or
Okay.
do 5 and 6.
All right, is there anybody from the public that has anything?
I just want to remind everybody this Memorial Day is early this year, it's on the 25th. And we'll be having our annual parade and the at the monument, we'll do our ceremony there. So hopefully we'll get a good turnout. On the 16th, we're planning on putting the flags on the graves. One of the problems we've had this year is veterans knowing who passed. Normally it's in the town report. And I talked to Jen that they don't have it. Evidently they changed the RSAs. So we don't know all of the veterans that passed. So because normally we read their names at the monument. So one of the things we're trying to find out. So if anybody has relatives that are in the service that have passed, let us know so that we get it. Other than that, going back to paving Horn Road. I live on Union Road and the traffic has been coming, because of Route 3, all the development on Route 3. Everybody has figured out that let's go Union Road and Horn Road and Bishop Road, to get through or go down Mount Hill Road. And now we're getting a lot of tractor trailers and heavy equipment. So Union Road's not gonna be standing up much longer with the amount of traffic that's gonna get beat.
It's amazing the amount of tractor trailers that are coming South Road even, Ron, it's crazy.
I know, so I don't know what the answer to it is, but
And ours is a no through trucking.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so it's
That's
a
what that sign means.
So anyway, I think it's gonna be, especially in the summertime, pressure is gonna be unbelievable for the police department to patrol it because people are going crazy on it. I'm afraid we're gonna have a fatal one of these times.
We had one on South Road.
Oh, I know.
It doesn't slow anybody down though. They just leave rubber marks now.
So I don't know if we could put traffic count, so you could get more money, grant money from the state.
Or to run more, is that how you do that? Is with traffic counts? No. For, getting more funds, more grant
Safety
money.
grants and stuff.
Activity. You remember a few years ago, the state came through, well, many years ago, they came through and painted all the lines and hopefully the town would keep up with that. We didn't, but then they came through and put new signage and so now we're responsible for, curb ahead and all the stop signs and all that other stuff, but. I just think we get a traffic count and you could get something in writing saying, this is what's happening to the towns, because you got Route 3 that you haven't upgraded, and it's getting crazy, so.
And they're never gonna do it.
Look down on the glass. Well, we know what we're gonna do with this end is like, oh, yeah.
Yes.
That turned out to be a fiasco.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's all.
Does anybody else have any other comments?
Want to say the part-time position that we're advertising
Yeah.
for. It's a great position. The young gentleman that worked for us for the last 2 seasons is now a full-time employee of DPW. So it's a great move to get into the system and then move on. So it works out. So as we advertise and someone wants to come on part-time, we're sure that as we have openings, we can move them around.
At least they kind of have their feet wet, so to speak, and know
Right.
some of what's going on. Good
And the
comment.
cross training is
Yeah, it's perfect.
absolutely.
I totally believe in cross training. I think that's, in fact, just, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Pardon? You have 2 questions? Okay. All right.
Karen? She sat there so nice all day, I had to pick on her. Do we ever report date flags?
For,
Depot.
not yet.
Okay, second question, Depot, Northfield line. Casella two on the left, what are you doing?
We've been fighting with him. He's supposed to be cleaning it up.
It took me to figure out what you got by Casella too, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Playing in the mud. That's what he was playing in, with the tractor. I didn't dare ask him.
No, that's
It's
the street.
how it is.
So, but we're working
Oh,
on it.
yes. He's been over here.
It's a mess.
It's sad because everybody says, Zach, you go to.
It's right after the welcome to Belmont.
Right after the sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
I asked for the sign to be moved.
Big man.
Can I ask my normal one about Union? Is that moving?
It has been sent to the attorney. We haven't heard anything back.
Okay.
I suggested moving the sign.
We'll just pick up the green marker. Northfield, you can have
Move
the-
the sign a couple hundred feet, no, I don't know the difference.
Well, it's sitting in the swamp, it's gonna fall over short. Pick it up.
I'm surprised it hasn't been.
We'll give Northfield a quarter mile.
Yes,
Bill Casella.
Donna.
I should give you an update, on the homeless population,
Oh,
what's happening.
I know.
I agree. City of Laconia has posted their entire city for no camping. Laconia Police Department is aggressively moving forward with any overnight camping. Encampments are being broken up probably as we speak right now. Needless to say, populations are moving. They have no place to go. Isaiah's, which is the cold weather shelter, daytime shelter, is open from 8 to 2, so individuals at one point thought maybe they could camp out from their parking lot or whatever, that had squashed. And yeah, they're there, so it's a daytime center, so to speak, for breakfast and lunch. The problem is, they're moving our way, and PD definitely is gonna have their hands, there's no question. We've had our own fair share of, individuals that have been here. And private businesses, as you've already heard, have, wanted many of them to move along. PD has had to be involved. The problem is Franklin has busted cover over there, so needless to say, they're starting to migrate this way. And we're gonna get squished in the middle. There is no question in my mind. I don't know what to do. I don't. I mean, I've had a few calls. Normally, we don't handle the real population that is on the ground, so to speak. But unfortunately, it's been told to me by 2 individuals that, and I'm glad she's here, that we'll go to Belmont because they're not really squeezing anybody out. And they're not citing me because when you get caught camping in Laconia, they're giving them a citation. And they're reciting and reciting and reciting. And so I'm worried for the police department's perspective that we're gonna get a huge influx. And I'm also worried from our perspective that ultimately they could come to us, I mean, my office, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, and I'm telling you in advance, I don't. We're spending right now on mental health and other populations on an average between $10,000 and $12,000. I've already spent this year in my budget, and we're not even 50% here. $76,000 we've already spent. And that isn't, majority of this is all homeless population. It is not, the, individuals who hit a hard time and, you know, someone gets sick and they lose their job or they miss time or the electric, calls. So I'm worried. It's getting to a capacity where, I think the county as a whole, you know, it's like different islands, it's wild, where everyone will get to the table and they'll all talk about it, but nobody is able to make, you know, a step forward on solutions, so. If you start hearing that you're seeing a lot of individuals, this is what's going on, the RSA, well,
Yeah, watch those.
so I went to the welfare administrators meeting yesterday. City of Laconia and I, Kathy and I went, because a lot of times I don't go because it's all, you know, it's great for newbies, but to hear the stories, we've all lived them, and if it's really an informational one, it was about food stamps and the changes, which was an eye opener that are coming down, but the governor still has not put in on RSA 165 changes. It's gonna happen.
Thought she did sign
Nope.
that.
It was questioned yesterday and hasn't. It's in probably the lineup. It's gonna happen because it passed the House and it passed Senate, a special committee in Senate. However, the complexities of what just happened are worse than the way it was. And, because it's all about residency. And now, if somebody declares that they're a resident meaning they stayed here because they've never really had any residency. You can't go back 2 years and say, oh, somebody stayed in Loudon 2 years ago, I call Loudon at like 2 years, you can't convince me between here and 2 years that, so it's just gonna be a floor fight. And we all agree that this actually added more complexity than there was kind of being handled. So lots of potential changes and a lot more activity. And I'll defend PD and say they're gonna have boots on the ground. And so is in fire department, because when more individuals obviously come into town, I mean, and think they're gonna anchor in here.
So if they're coming into town, are they anchoring on town property? Or are they anchoring on both?
I mean, it's pretty much any way you can.
Anywhere they can.
I mean, it's, so if you go behind Goodwill, up on the hill
I've
there,
heard that.
it's horrific, and there's some movements to try to get that to clean up. But, so they just go at a different angle. I mean, it's pretty much a fluid population where anywhere they can stay tonight is gonna be the solution for them for the moment. I know there was a, and nobody wants to hear this at all, because nobody wants unhoused populations in their communities. But I did speak with a woman who was in Hawaii who had vacationed, and they were talking about this park, a gorgeous park. And they said that, from 10 PM to 7 AM, because they had a huge, boy, it's very expensive to live. That their park becomes a place for homeless individuals, 10 to 7 AM. So basically what happens is at 10 PM, they're allowed to go, they have a pop-up, they can only have pop-up 10, say pop-up 10, up they sleep. And then by 7, they have to be up. And if there's any debris or anything, then they don't get to come back. That was their solution. I don't know who's gonna,
something.
well, you will have somebody that's willing to, you know, or it's gonna cost money. But it's gonna cost money no matter how you look at it, so.
You take an encampment, for example, there maybe, I know there's a couple there too, but you take an encampment, say you get 10 people there, you move them out, what do? You move them to different areas. They're just moving around. Wouldn't it be better to make it something like that? So they stay there, they're in one section, and not all over the place. You know,
I mean-
it's sad, but
Just
the
old liquor store, from that mall.
they're gonna.
The path's going down over the hill in the woods, and they went there, maybe 35 feet. And if you go out, when the
Well-
leaves are off, you go out on a boat in the fall, you look up by a hillside, it looks like a campground.
I guess I'm just saying, moving them from one place to another, not fixing anything.
There are a fair number of individuals who are living on either town, private, or state properties that honestly and truly are not, they're not the quote unquote encampment, individuals. The problem is you can't segregate. Well, like the woman that works at Shaw's that everybody has heard about that's been there for 2 years and she works and she's living out behind Shaw's. And so, well, because she's working and it's her place and whatever, we're gonna let her stay there. We can't do that. There's another guy in another location, he's terminally ill, has cancer, has a dog, and he went there, it's immaculate. Had a little wood stove in his in his tent, and survived for several years outside. And again, how do we leave, well, we say we can't enforce it with, we have to enforce it with you, with these messy encampments, but yeah, it's okay for you, it's either all or none, I guess, at this point. And that's the real terrifying piece, because there are several of those out there. And I purposely went this winter. And I saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there's still a fair amount of people that don't want to be bothered, and they're not bothering anyone else, and unfortunately.
The only issue I'm gonna see with all that is if all these towns around us are strictly enforcing and we don't, we'd be going back.
Well, we're already the bad.
I know, Laconia wasn't strictly enforcing as bad as they are gonna.
Well, and PD is gonna have to, they try to give it a little bit of leeway, but unfortunately, we're in a position where as less as we wanna kind of give them the opportunity, hey, look, pick up your stuff, we'll give you a week, and then if that, look, we need another week. Well, weeks turn into 2 or 3, but once that word starts traveling, unfortunately, and it stinks, because I think we've created this problem, we really have, and for a bunch of reasons, but on the enforcement side of it, we've allowed for it to happen. And then, and it kept developing, and now we're using different methods to say, look, the private sector is really, really upset. Because when you kick them off their property, which is thankful, they'll leave in a mess that the private owner has to clean up. Cities and states, city and state properties or town, state properties, we clean it up, we're responsible to clean it up, but the private sector is really, and there's some boundaries. On where, like if when this started happening, and in hindsight, we can always go backwards. When it started happening and you saw a tent, you say, listen, you better not make a mess. You go back tomorrow and there's a couch or because God knows, there's hotels out in the woods. And if they weren't allowed to bring in what they bring in, and it was, you got a tent, you got a cooler, and you got a chair, and that's it. That's fine, but we have hotels in the woods. And when we got cover, they leave that behind and go start another one somewhere else.
Like how's that? They built a shack and a legit house somehow. It's pretty impressive.
Well,
But I agree, the only solution is gonna be a county solution, so then it's just gonna be ping pong.
it is, but it's gonna be very expensive, and it's a population that's very, very challenging to house.
I actually, my grandson's coming across country right now through the Midwest yesterday. And calls me, and connect every couple days, and he says to me, Mimi, I have never seen so many homeless people as I'm seeing driving east. He said they're everywhere, and they are overtaking places that you're not shocked at. That was our conversation yesterday on the phone as he's driving home, what he's seeing. I don't know the answer.
I don't know, it's like, like you say to yourself, do we have, if it gets to this point, and we're a town, we're not a city.
We're not even a city.
So it's like, our selfishness, we shouldn't have to absorb all the cities fallout. And, they want their pretty city, well, that's great, we want our pretty town. And so why aren't they managing their own? And if everybody manages.
They are managing it, they're kicking them out.
Right.
Yeah.
And However, but, I was internal labor, I just want you to know that we are definitely headed for Spindrift.
Gee, thanks, Donna. You're always.
Sorry, just,
Well,
sorry.
no, I know, and it is, it's, what do you do? Yeah.
But just to put it, from our perspective.
Yes.
I know Captain Blanchard had gone to a meeting with you, Donna, up in Laconia, and we got some, I guess, guidelines that Laconia has been using. I improvised them a little bit. And those have gone out to our people, so we're taking a, I don't want to say a different approach, but a more black and white approach to what we've been doing with it, so. Whether they're on town property, state property, whether it's posted, whether it's not posted. Trying to work with them, the homeowners or the property owners to get cleaned up, so it's not on us or them to clean it up, so. And I know our prosecutor's been working to try to get some of those sites cleaned up this, in lieu of fines or jail time or whatever it may be, so.
Well, a pre-trial,
do we know-
pre-trial, if they'll clean it up.
Yep.
Then, I'll work with it so that, through a different angle. And that was what I think the meeting, when we had talked, because I went to that with Chief Belanger and, Captain Belanger and, Richie Bryant was there as well, and then Homeless Outreach, and then across the city.
Some of the problem that we're having too is that some of these individuals that we've been working with aren't around here right now because they're in rehab, so it's taking some time because they're not here, so.
Do we know if they're still occupying Edwards Road? Because I'm anticipating it might may call from the daughter of the
Well, I haven't got any calls from the residents of the
Trailer Park.
Park,
Okay,
and that's who had been called.
okay, that could be good. So.
One thing that we've encountered is, they're humans, they're very smart. But they'll cook in like actual wood stoves. It's not open burning, so there's nothing we can do about it. As far as like when you start seeing smoke in some of these areas and the homeowner says, well, I don't want a fire in my backyard. And if whatever it is they're doing, we can't enforce anything. It's not an open burning. So it's challenging.
Yankee ingenuity.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
I've reached out to the state and they were like, no, it's not open burning, it's not open burning.
I don't know.
Okay, on that note, we're done with the public comment. Board of Selectmen future agenda items.
Yeah, that's for you guys. We had a discussion about the number 6, which is board and committees, and I had thought that, keeping 5 and 6 on here consistently, so if you guys had things that you wanted to bring to my attention or that was brought to your attention that, either I had to look into or a department had to look into, this could be a time where you present it to me, and then we can put it on for future agenda items. 90% of what I get is, given funneled through me through other means, not necessarily always by you guys, so this would be a way for you all to, bring something up, agree or disagree, and then.
If we know well in advance, you still want to do, we normally do reach out to you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, but if something, came up to you, in between that time, or, or even a discussion here, that could be a future agenda item that you could, put here for your department heads to look into.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that we had discussed, which was the boards and committees reports, was that you all sit on a board or committee and as a rep, and how do we get that information through you guys out to the public, just to, or advise each other what's going on. So this would be a section, so let's just say, last week, Travis, you're on the budget committee. So if there was a budget meeting, then this would be where everyone goes down the line and said, Travis, do you have any, committee reports to update? And then he would update you all in the public on that. John would come and bring his whatever happened at the planning board meeting, and this is coming into town, or they denied this application or this, and same with the heritage and conservation. So wanted to do it now, you can do it now, and you can just, how I've seen done in the past is just go down the line, and if they haven't met up at this point for this meeting, then they say nothing at this time, then maybe your next meeting, they might have met and report then.
No meeting,
No meeting?
budget isn't met yet.
No, not so. Is the budget committee gonna meet though this summer, I assume? They usually have an August meeting or something where they get together. And
That
just kind of,
has, in the past couple of years, been a request of the board to have a joint meeting, and I think mainly because of the default, we've had those meetings,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
certainly if you would like to call a meeting with the budget
Well, that's up
committee
to, I
mid-year.
would assume that's you, the chairman. Well.
Hi.
No, I mean the chairman of the budget committee. So, you know, usually, I think Tracy would, I think the past year or so, Tracy's the one that's kind of called it. So, yeah, just inquire.
You can definitely give me a bad idea, maybe if we just talk, we had a free meeting.
I'm
I can reach out
not,
to her. Yeah, I don't know, looking at, no.
I didn't volunteer for any budget. I am not. I have nothing on mine, I'm here.
Conservation was just, they talked about the wood duck classes being placed in Forest and, some other projects they're looking at and bringing on the students. Into the things, so kind of looking forward to the next meeting and see what they're all about.
They've got a lot of presentations coming out to the public, right? Posted here.
Posted here. So next meeting will be probably a little more interesting and maybe not as,
Controversial.
that's a good word.
That's a good word.
Spicy.
Spicy.
I like that one better. That was a good introduction there.
Of heritage. So the Heritage Commission is a fun group of people to work with. They're very boom, 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 done. And I love that about them. They are in the works of planning towards the 250th birthday celebration. Hiring a band and having an event at the gazebo at the beginning of August. They're looking into glass cases and stuff, moving forward with the artifacts that the Historical Society has, making just some stuff. They do have some for the cemetery and stuff. So over the winter, we had a couple of locations of storm damages with the stones. And I'm only bringing this up, Prescott Cemetery, which is off Northbrook Road. The big humongous stones for Colonel Prescott fell over the winter. And they're significant in size. And because Memorial Day is coming, we're not gonna have those repaired before the holiday. However, the Laconia Monument is gonna come out and reset them for free. If we wait until after Memorial Day, when they've got all their stuff done, they'll come up and do that. So I wanted to mention that, just, you know, we're not forgetting to honor Colonel Prescott, but, you know, we would like the donation and get his stones repaired properly, so.
You think we could skip John for the planning board?
Do you have anything for planning?
No, we're just playing with the people on 106 that filled a lot with dirty dirt. Right diagonally across the street from the parking right. That lot that was created and then when that lot was cleared and filled about 15 years ago. I knew the guy's first name was Charlie. He lived right down here off 106 and Waring Road up on that house up on the hill.
Oh,
Yeah, and he filled that lot with black tar dirt.
that's why that dirt was so dark.
Yes, and it didn't come.
Great.
It didn't come from the reclamation place in Love. He got it for nothing. From when they were digging out some oil tanks down in Bosquen and he had them digging in there. Someone he since died and somebody of his estate just sold it. They went in and got a state driveway permit. They put in did some clearing and they got in the back corner and they got a pile that's half the size of this room stacked up. And water won't penetrate that stuff. And that is that's in a pretty wet area. So it's in the middle of getting cleaned up, we hope. Yeah, that's gonna cost somebody a lot of dough. That pile's gotta go down a lot.
Wow, and they burn.
And maybe it'll come back, maybe it won't, but it's still gonna be burnt.
Good try.
I was wondering what's going on over there.
What are they planning to do with that lot?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I'd ask that lady if.
Condos.
Yeah, basically a subcontractor's yard with 4 bays for different contractors.
Oh,
Cool.
It's not a very big building, and then some outside,
Storage. yeah. Interesting. All right. Cool.
Yes.
Okay, our next meeting is scheduled for May 20th at 6 o'clock. Do we have a non-public?
Yes.
We have a non-public, Dean 91-A, home, number 3.
Someone out there.
Letter Y.
L and D.
L and D.
Sorry.